I used to think that if I followed my purpose, that people would celebrate me. That once I figured out what I was meant to do, that everything and everyone would fall into place. But that wasn't the truth. The truth is, the moment that I started walking in my purpose, I started to lose people. And it wasn't strangers. It was people that I loved. It was people that I thought would be there forever. And, for a while there, I questioned if I was even doing the right thing. I realized something that no one talks about. You'll never live a life of purpose if you're not willing to be misunderstood. And sometimes you have to be willing to walk alone just to stay aligned with that purpose. And here's the part that most self-growth conversations leave out. Purpose will always cost you something. Sometimes it'll cost you relationships. Sometimes it'll cost you comfort. Sometimes it'll cost you the person that you used to be. And if you're not ready for that, if you're not ready for the tension, if you're not ready for the confusion, for the loneliness, you'll abandon your purpose early. You'll shrink right back into the place of peace where you're comfortable. You'll stay quiet and accepted, and you'll just want to just stay comfortable. You'll delay your calling just to stay comfortable. And let's be honest, most people, they aren't afraid of failure. They aren't afraid of doing something wrong, but they are afraid of what people will think of them if they try. They are afraid of being misunderstood by the people that they love or by the people that they care about. So it's like, what do? We typically will play it safe. We'll stay small, and we'll let our purpose just kind of rot inside of us just so no one feels uncomfortable. And that is the real problem. We trade our peace for approval, and we trade our power for permission. And, the thing about it is that I can remember right before I was in the middle of the last semester of my nursing program. And my whole entire class got these notifications that our nursing program was going to be shut down. And for me, I was devastated. I did not know what I was going to do. I immediately started thinking the negative. But the thing about it is that I had to realize, and it was after a conversation that I had with my mom. And, she said, if it's for you, it's going to be for you. It doesn't matter what anybody else do or what anybody else say. You just have to believe, and you just have to stay on the path. And the thing about it is that if you've ever been feeling uncomfortable, if you've ever been like randomly losing people, if you've ever been second guessing yourself as of late, it might not be a sign that you're off track. It actually might be the sign that you are finally on the right one. And because, like I said, real purpose, it doesn't feel like an applause. You don't need that. It feels like you're stretching. It feels like you are entering in uncharted territory. And here's the thing, like I said earlier, purpose requires pain. We want purpose to feel like peace, but it often feels like pressure. And that's because purpose is going to build you. The pain that you're facing right now, so that pain that I go back to feeling when I was sitting in that class and they was telling us that our nursing program was going to be shut down, it wasn't punishment. It was like, I thought it was. It felt like it was. To me, it felt like my whole entire world was crashing because I've dedicated all these years to being in this specialty just for something that wasn't my fault to potentially happen. So it felt like I was being punished for something that I didn't do, right? But I realized that it was just preparation. The discomfort, that is what I would call divine disruption. I was being shaped by what I was going through for something else. You're being shaped by what you're walking through right now. And if you can think of it this way, you can't hold a big calling with weak hands. If you can't handle the pressure cooker, then you can't be there. You can't be in the kitchen cooking, right? You're going to go through all of these things now so that you can stay strong when your platform, when your mission, when your influence expands later. I show up to this platform to talk to you, and knowing that if I get 1 view or if I get 100 views, it doesn't matter, because I'm going through this because I feel like this is the path that I'm supposed to be on. This is my mission. So anything that I go through during this path is what I'm supposed to do, right? Anything that you're going through, that's what you're supposed to be going through. When it's hard, yeah, because let me tell you, purpose comes with problems and pain, baby. That's what it does. And instead of asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is this preparing me for? Flip it around. What is this preparing me for? What is this preparing you for? The second thing is purpose requires surrender. Let's talk about control. Now, I did a video on control, and how we all want control, and I'll link that in the description somewhere. Go check that video out. But so many of us try to micromanage our lives because deep down inside, we believe that if we can just control it, we can protect ourselves from disappointment. Baby, you can't. You cannot. Control is an illusion. Purpose, it doesn't come from this roadmap that you can just look at it with a magnifying glass and say, yep, this is where I'm supposed to be. Nope. It comes with the calling. It comes with something that you're supposed to do. And you're only going to feel that one in here. You're only going to feel that one in here. And, if you wait until, you feel some certain thing, it'll never start, right? You'll never start. Well, you got to start walking, and then your purpose will eventually reveal itself, because you're not going to know it. You'll never grow if the person that you'll never grow into the person that you're meant to be if you keep clinging to a version of you that's afraid to move. If you constantly cling to this version of you that's afraid to move, or that's afraid to do something, you'll never make it. Purpose, it doesn't say be perfect. When you walk in your purpose, it's not going to say, oh, I need for you to be perfect. No, it's not going to do that. But it does say be willing. It does say be willing to take the first step. It does say be willing to be misunderstood. And it also says be willing to look crazy before it makes sense, because you will. I promise you. If you could see me in that classroom, I was looking crazy. I was trying to figure out what the heck is going on, and my life just went up in flames. It was just preparing me, baby. It was preparing me. The third thing is your purpose is going to require courage over comfort. Yeah, it's going to. There's always going to be fear. There's always going to be that voice that's going to ask you. It's going to be back here. It's not going to be here. It's going to be back here. It's always going to be that voice that says, well, what if it doesn't work? What are you doing? Do you know what the heck you're doing? What happens if this doesn't happen? But when you're walking in your purpose, there are stronger voices that's underneath that. You just got to listen. And it's going to say, but what if it does? Courage doesn't necessarily mean that you're afraid. It means that you're committed to your calling. It means that you are in your comfort area, right? It means that you understand that fear will always exist. Like anytime that you do something, there's going to be a level of fear, but that the fear is not going to make your decisions. And that's the difference. Because when you're truly aligned, when you know that this is the path that you were chosen to walk on, you're not going to have any room for fear. You're not going to have any space for what ifs, right? You're only going to have space for faith and for forward movement. That's it. And again, you're going to feel it. I promise you, you're going to feel it. And by the way, if you guys want to know the end of that story, everything worked out just the way it should. And not only were we able to allow our class to graduate, but we also got the class after us permission from the Board of Nursing in order to graduate. But it was definitely terrifying times. But again, when you're in those moments and you know that you're on that path, nothing else is going to matter. You're going to be fully aligned. And in that moment, I had faith and I knew I was going to forge forward no matter what. And again, if you have time, check out that video on control, because it's definitely one of those videos that you should watch, because I'm telling you, that control will continue to limit your ability to walk in your path, walk in your purpose. So what do you do when the path to your purpose feels lonely? Because it will. When people don't understand you, because they won't. And when everything around you start to fall apart, the moment you chose you, the moment you said, I'm going to choose myself, what do? You keep going. You have to trust that everything is falling the way that it was supposed to be, because it was never meant to be in your life. It was never meant to stay. You have to remind yourself that clarity often follows confusion and is never the other way around. And I don't like to use that word never, but that is never the other way around. You will be confused in this moment of time, and then all of a sudden you'd have this moment of clarity. Like everything will become clear. That's how you know. And you have to remember that it's better to be alone in alignment than surrounded in self-abandonment. Don't allow yourself to abandon yourself. Let them misunderstand you. Let them question the choices that you're making. Let them watch you while you walk. You don't owe anyone comfort at the cost of your at the cost of your calling. Your job is not to explain. Your job is to evolve, because we as people constantly evolve. And if you're not, you're just stuck in quicksand, like you're not moving. If this video spoke to your soul today, I want you to drop a comment, and I want you to tell me what you're walking away from in order to walk in your purpose, because you will have to walk away from something or someone. Okay. And if this video reminded you of your power, how about smash that like button for me and subscribe to the channel, because again, we're going video after video after video after video, because I want to get out as much content as possible to you guys. And please share this with another person. Share this with another woman who has navigated something that was messy, beautiful, and confusing as they walked through, as they walked towards their purpose. Because it's always messy before it gets beautiful. And it's always confusion before it gets clear, before you see clarity. So share this with someone that needs to hear this, because even when it's hard, even when it costs you everything that you thought you needed, purpose is always worth the price, baby. Purpose will always be worth anything that you have to sacrifice. I appreciate each and every last one of you for rocking with me again. My name is Naisha Nicole. I thank you. See you in the next one. Peace.